Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. Little late on the video today. I have to hurry this up because I have to run at 5. So I've been basically just on like TikTok for the last like 30 minutes. Good morning. As usual, if you guys can please like the video, definitely helps out. Push the algorithm to help my videos. Being shown to other people that enjoy them as much as you guys. With that being said, let's get right into it, man. This is what I think is gonna happen, right? As of right now, like I said, I think we've already bottomed down here at 377. We're pushing up, getting rejected off that 50 EMA. I do think that as of right now, we are headed possibly back to maybe creating a trend down here and then pushing up. But there's a really good chance, right? And by really good chance, I mean there's a fairly good chance that this could actually be the bottom here, right? As soon as this actually closes, right? We have the 15-minute still running strong a little bit, so we're still going down, but I do think that for the most part, we could drop back to like 384 on SPX and then push, or actually push from here. So two different things that I think can happen today. We actually push from here and continue running to the upside, which I think might actually happen. I don't think that we're coming back down to 381. If this trend breaks, right? If this trend breaks though, we come back down here to 384 and this breaks, yeah, this is going down to like 372. I'll be honest, right? It's going down pretty hard. But I think there's actually a really good shot at us bouncing right from here and then pushing to the upside. It just seems likely you're already pretty oversold on everything, or at least you're hitting the low on the stochastic. And right now I am going to be looking at, see how you just got that 30-minute on the trade side. So I am going to be looking at longs pretty soon. The DXY actually just got rejected pretty dang hard, right? You actually see that sell off right there. The 30-minute just came back down. I think it's going to push harder. I think it's going to push lower a lot faster. It's not breaking these highs of 104. I think the 3 hour and 4 hour are more than likely going to get canceled out to the lower end because it's not breaking it. You did close on the daily. You didn't even close that bearish trigger again. Whoops. But again, like I said, I think these higher time frames, like the 3 and 4 hour, are going to get canceled out. So I am expecting us to move a little bit more to the upside. So I am going to be starting at, well, not starting, but I am going to be looking at opening my position now, looking at longs, and probably having a stop like right here, right? So a lot of you guys have asked me, why don't I show my, like what trade I would do or anything? And I do show these. I actually post them only on my Patreon. So, right now, I'd probably do something like this, right? And then I run this all the way up for my first TP up here at, what is this, 390 or so? Give me a second. So I'd probably run this from this low here, right? If I had to trend it, right, to see where we're actually going to be heading right now, I'd probably look for this because this looks like we might actually start our trend here, right? So if we actually bounce from here, we can kind of run our low, which is this previous, this previous market structure, which is just kind of sideways trading here. I want to run it from all the way up here to here, right? I'd probably run it from here to here for like a first TP, and then run it from here to here, and then back lower for a second. So I'd probably take this. There's plenty of market structure here at 391, so I'd probably, that'd be my first target. But second, a little bit longer frame target would actually be from these lows. Again, I'm showing you guys how I actually do my take profits. Run this back here, right? And it looks like we have some pretty nice, we could have some really good market structure up here, and then here, right there. I'm actually gonna have to change the color a little bit. All right, so let me change this to, let's go orange, just because it's easier to see. Change this to orange. I don't want it to mess with my other stuff. So we'll go back here. Where is there really good structure here? There seems to be really good structure down here at 392, but you also have some really good structure at, let me see, what if we go back? There seems to be a lot of structure everywhere, honestly, right? So you see, you have a lot of structure here. Not that much on the 396 level. You have a lot of structure on 394. A lot of structure on 394. Yeah, so more than likely, I'd probably set my take profit, like my longer term take profit, probably around this level right here at 394-ish. I'd probably set it around there. If it actually hits, I would definitely move my stops to this at like 392 and if it keeps pushing up, I just keep adjusting my stop loss higher and higher and higher, right? So as of right now, that's probably more than likely what I would do. I would run my entry right now. Have it, just give it enough wiggle room just to be kind of, alive for a little bit. But this would ultimately return you. I mean, I'm looking for a 9-to-1 R&R, so you're risking $10 to make $90, right? And again, I would do this on Forex. I wouldn't trade anywhere else. But I do think right now you have a really high chance of bouncing up, especially with the DXY. So, like I said, if I had to pick a range, for today, I'd probably say your range is probably going to be like 389 between 386, right? That's probably going to be your range for today. If you actually break this 389 to the high side, really high chance we're going straight to like 395 today, I think. We can look at Bitcoin again. Everybody seems to think that Bitcoin is going to not drop and run with the market. I don't think it is, right? I really don't think that Bitcoin's going to react like itself. There's no correlation. There's no correlation between crypto and stocks anymore. I actually think this is going to be in 2 hours and 55 minutes, you guys see how on the right side there's a ticker. You're going to close a perfect entry on the 8 hour, right? The last time we did that, I would be shorting all of this 100%. 100% I would be shorting this all day long, right? You went from what? Highs of... You dropped $1,300 in a day and 16 hours, right? So I can kind of expect the same thing here. A day, let's go to 2 days, right? Just to make things cleaner. In 2 days, I fully expect this to hit $1,300, which is probably going to be around $1,330. So like right there. So officially for Bitcoin, I do expect it to go under 15.7 or below my range by the end of this week. I'll be dead honest, right? Somebody asked about Pepsi. Pepsi actually looks like I really thought that this was going to go down super hard. I would immediately get out of these and look for longs. The weekly is not playing out, thankfully. I mean, if you would have bought puts, you would probably be at break even right now because it literally just traded sideways. I would 100% buy puts on this. I would 100% buy calls on this towards the upside, especially today. Today, you're looking like you're closing a perfect entry on the day. I would buy calls on this all day, man. More than likely at the money puts for about, what's this usual run up? October 3rd to October 3rd to November. So maybe I'd buy like 2 month out calls for, what's the average push here? Average push, you're looking at something like this. So, whoops. I'd probably look at something like, like that. I'd probably look for maybe at the money puts at 182, probably forecasting a push to like 200 to like 205, to be honest. Like that's kind of where I'm expecting Pepsi to go. It's still at highs. I would 100% take the long here, and it looks like it's going to keep pushing up, right? So last time I did a TA on this was back here at 183. I mean, if you bought puts here when I did the TA, cool, you would have been, you would have gone in the money like a couple of bucks, but it did recover, right? And as of right now, I'm saying, yeah, get the fuck out of puts if you have any, buy calls. This looks like it's going to run up super hard up to like $200. I'll be completely honest. If you actually beat these highs, right? If you beat these highs, more than likely, like within the next month, you're gonna see like a 193. I would 100% be buying calls on Pepsi right now. Somebody asked, one of my Patreon members asked about Jazz. I'm not gonna make a big TA video, but I do think Jazz is going up back to like 187. I definitely look at, this more longer term because it does like to move extremely slowly, right? And all it's been doing is really just trading sideways here within this range, right? So let me see, right? And you've been trading like this for a while now. I mean, you can probably run this. You can probably run this like you can probably run this Darvis box like this, right? So I'd say you're probably headed back up to like this range of this top resistance of like 183 from here. So from 153 to 183, probably headed back here. If you do end up beating previous highs, you can definitely see a huge push up because that's a big, we're in a big time frame. So I can definitely see us running up to 240-ish, right? If you actually break these highs up, 193, 91, you're going to 240 probably in a couple months, to be honest. Like, this is a slow mover, right? Slow mover. So as of right now, definitely think it's going back to like 184. You broke you broke a nice little range of trend here for the month. But again, Darvis Bucks, you're right in the middle. I think you're going to push back up to resistance at like 184. If you break this 200 or 193 resistance, you're probably going all the way up to like whatever I said, like 240 or something. So that would be pretty nice. But again, bullish on Jazz, bullish on SPX right now. I really do think that there's a strong chance that it's gonna run super hard, in the next like, I don't know, a couple of hours. So I'd definitely be taking this long all day long. There's a really good chance that we actually push today up to 394, but for the most part, I think the range could possibly be anywhere between, 389 to possibly down to like 384. That would probably be like the true range, just because you're still on a bear cycle. So your true range would actually be between 389 to 384. I personally think that we're actually going to run all the way to 394, 395 today. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.